.817, welcome to another edition of Island Tea. I'm here with my boy AZ. It's July 15th. My man.
Good morning. How is everyone doing? How are you doing, Jamster? How has your weekend been?
Well, it was very hot. I can tell you that.
Oh, did you go to the party, Jamster?
What party?
There, I thought you went to the Summer Crush party when you said that you know it's been really hot.
Let me ask you though. That's the thing that was at the National Heroes Park, right?
Yes, that was the party, the fete that was at National Heroes Park.
You think that the National Heroes Park is an appropriate place for something like that?
Well,
what do you think?
It came to my mind because I saw persons making comments as it relates to the fete being held at National Heroes Park. For me, and this is me personal, I think a place like National Heroes Park should be kept in a manner that would ensure that there's some longevity. For me personally, I would have maybe looked at somewhere else.
I think I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna try and get permission to have a session down at the Cenotaph. No, I'm serious. Because
boy, you're something else.
Because
yes, I know.
Because if nothing is sacred, if I ask to have something done at the Cenotaph, there's no reason to tell me no.
Yes.
Except that they might consider the Cenotaph and what it stands for as more as deserving of more veneration and respect than the National Heroes Park, because there's a bunch of white people who happen to be born in St. Kitts that died in 2 wars. You see my point?
Well,
and you know how we are when it comes to them folks. We put them on a pedestal.
The only thing that came to my mind, one thing that came to my mind, I know that the National Heroes Park was, it came under the Team Unity administration, and I know that for me, I don't want to say, is it that because it came under the Team Unity administration, it's not given as much respect as it ought to?
But Hazy, we shouldn't even go there. I mean,
that was just a thought by me.
No,
that was a thought by me.
I'm with you. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't even go to the politics. I'm just looking at how, to me, inappropriate it is and questionable.
Yeah.
To have something like that in the National Heroes Park.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do it at the Cenotaph.
And I get what you're saying, because when you look at National Heroes Park, especially how it's built and how it's been maintained and everything, you look at it as a park where you observe past leaders who have given of some national significance to the country, and you pay them that respect.
What's funny is I don't think anyone would even think of asking to use the Cenotaph for even a food fair. Or, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm hearing you.
That's the thing. That is how messed up we are in the head.
Yes.
That somehow the Cenotaph is sacrosanct. Oh, you can't do it. But the National Heroes Park is fine to have a regular jam session that you can have anywhere else. Mm-hmm. It could have been on the football field over there, just across the street. You know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And there were persons who showed a lot of concerns as it relates to that. So your sentiments don't go without support. There are a lot of persons who had the same sentiments that you're expressing.
Oh, so I'm not the only one. I thought it was just me and my wife.
No. I saw it on Facebook, and then I too, I looked at it, and I said maybe a different place might have been more appropriate.
I mean, there's so many places that they could have used. In fact, I would have used the Cenotaph first before I used that.
Perhaps I use something else.
I'm something else. I'm just me.
I know. But then
I want people to think about. I want people to think about how messed up this is.
Because the National Heroes Pack, as you said before, it's would you, yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Messed up.
Yes. So, I get it. You didn't go to the party. You didn't go to the
well,
fete.
I didn't have to go. I could hear everything home.
Yes.
And I actually didn't realize that's where it was.
Yes, it
my
was
wife who
there.
told me.
And I think
like,
that there were persons who expressed surprise when they learned of the of the party's venue being that, and of course persons who share the sentiment. And I think that the national park should be observed for what it is. You know, you're giving observance to persons who have served the country to that great level, and it's just a matter. As you say, you wouldn't think about the cenotaph in the same respect. You know,
Exactly.
so yeah. I don't know if there are persons out there who have views on this matter, who wish to express their views on the matter as well. Maybe you feel like it was okay once it is that they keep the venue in order. Maybe there are persons who have that view as well, and we welcome any caller who would be willing to express his or her view on the matter. In addition to that, Jamsa, because we have just over the weekend, you know, it's the American. But before I get that, I just want to give shout out to the church in Challengers. I visited a church in Challengers yesterday. I worshipped with Pastor Bishop Hempburn and also Juliet Keynes and the whole in the life of the word New Testament
Juliet
Church
King.
of God.
That number sounds.
Yes,
That name
I wish
sounds
to
right,
extend, you know, morning greetings to all of you. And Pastor Hempbird, Bishop Hempbird indicated that he listens to ILNT. So if you're listening today, I do hope you're having a pleasant morning so far. Yes. And so, you know, Jamster, there is the presidential election, the presidential election due in November, the campaign. And over the weekend, there was an attempted assassination of the former president.
That is so insane to be saying, right? Like,
Yeah, I know.
you know,
It's
surreal.
crazy.
You know that surreal that sounds when
Yeah.
to hear myself say it, I hear someone else say it.
Yes.
Oh my God!
It is.
You thought like that stuff only happened before you were born. You know,
Yeah,
type
you
thing.
know, the last president, from my recollection, would have been John F. Kennedy. From in terms of assassination,
there was actually an attempted assassination of Reagan as well.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the last one that was, you know, successful would have been that. And when you think about the former president's ear being, you know,
Yeah.
damaged, it goes like how close that moment was, that it could have been fatal.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
former President Trump had a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, on a field, and a 20-year-old and registered Republican.
Yeah, who I saw, I think they said he
Matthew
donated
Crooks.
something to the Democrat.
Yeah, I think they said he donated $15 or something to
Yeah.
a Democrat, but apparently he's a registered Republican. He
Yeah.
was given the gun by his dad,
Wow.
or the gun belongs to his dad, or something like that. And
Yeah.
he went onto a rooftop close by, which is about 400 feet away, and there were counter snipers close to the scene as well. What I find strange is how they didn't see him. There were people. The BBC interviewed a guy who said that we saw this guy on the roof, and we were trying to tell the cops, and they were like, where, like, acting. A lot of things are off about this. There's a narrative now that it must have been staged. I don't know if it was staged. I don't know if it was staged, but a lot of things are definitely odd about.
There are a
the
lot
whole
of
thing.
persons, yeah, as you indicated, when it happened, a lot of persons were, and I saw the Facebook post going off saying stage, and then at one point in time I'm thinking, what are they talking about? Then you go into the news and then it connects, and persons are feeling that it was staged at the moment. But you have, based on the reports, the shooter being killed. You have persons being injured, and you have reports of persons dying as well as a result.
Yeah.
Do you do it?
But it's like I was telling you before. A commenter on I think Twitter made a comment which kind of cleared up that for me, because I was like trying to wrap my head around. But if this is staged, people actually got killed, and then the person said, "You're forgetting that Trump is a narcissist," and one or two people dying wouldn't mean nothing to him. And then when you think about it that way, you realize, okay, not saying it's staged, but I mean, I didn't even think of it that way. But if you know what a narcissist is like, a sociopath like him, then you realize that's plausible. Let's hear this call. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning, Island T.
Hey,
good morning.
Azard.
Good morning.
Kortensia.
Yes.
Oh no, Kortensia. Oh, she's off today.
Well, she's working elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm Jamster.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Donald Trump, he do black people and Latinos, Indians, all kind of bad things. Evil American, maybe one of that young man's family get bad treatment from him. He enslaved them to get these wealth. And he's talking down on people. Where you saw your way, man? Where you buy your way? And then so this morning, I had an old friend, a shot in. And weeks now, he going to the hospital to try and get a urinate test. And anytime you call up there, you can't get through to the lab. Well, I mean, the protocol gone out the door since June take over. You got bulletin board. Inform these people. These people ain't got money like that. I take the $500 from the people. Do the thing properly. Inform the people and let them know, well, and this day in the week, we're going to do these different tests. Yeah, you got access to letters, man. It's going on in the hospital. And this guy said, get rid of them. But we're going to get rid of you. You got to go, Joe. You have to go by with our force. You got to go. You see Jam Down talking. Poor people defender.
Okay.
Thank you, Jam Down, for your contribution.
Just had another call here, but I guess.
Yeah, so
maybe
in relation, I had a comment in relation to the National Heroes Park. There's one person who said, and the National Heroes Park was not intended for this kind of activity. Sends a message of disrespect.
I agree. Caller, wait, let's take this.
Okay,
Caller,
there's
right.
another caller.
Good morning, Jamsa. Good morning, Azard.
Hey, what's
Good
up?
morning. How are you?
I'm giving thanks for life, my brother. And you?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
Yes, I wish to weigh in on the National Heroes Pact and what it is at the purpose, how far must we go in terms of utilizing this space for some solemn occasion apart from the 16th of September? What other activities can be held here without crossing the borderline to really be sacrosanct, as Jamsa said it, towards our forebearers? I recognize, I can concur with this space as a sacred space. Similar to, the mortal remains are not there, but in the fact that there are buses in terms of statuette of our heroes, our forebearers, our founding fathers, how far can we go in terms of whatever?
So you're asking the question. You're asking the question.
It's a good space. Yeah. And
Well,
also, before you answer, I just want to weigh in on the other issue at hand, because I know it will come, even of lesser effect. You guys talk about the United States politics, so why not? I want to know, though, that from what I saw, and when Mr. Trump held his right ear, the injury or the death, the victim, was the victim right over close to his right shoulder or just behind his right that pass? You would have thought that if a bullet went that way, that close to someone is, and there are a big crowd, and persons standing in his adjacent, just behind him or to the side of him, somehow, they would have gotten that the full impact of that bullet that grazed my ear. The victim that died, was it a victim? Do we know? Has the investigation gone that far to say, well, the victim was in close proximity to the former president?
Well, the victim.
Something
the thing they said he was in white. They even gave his name. He's a fireman. He was trying to protect his family. And he died.
But I'm saying, if you think that the bullet whistled past your ear and him got that close to graze your ear where blood issued from your right ear, you would have think that that bullet went on. Huh?
Well, yeah, it went on.
Someplace else.
It definitely did, yeah, probably.
So we're doing a forensic.
But I was talking to AZ before we started, and I was telling her about, there's talk that it might be staged, but I don't know about that. But there's definitely a lot of weird stuff that doesn't add up.
I would want to know the victim, if the victim was just behind or to the side in close proximity to the former president, whereas his ears got grazed with a bullet, and that bullet went on to ricochet somewhere else.
Okay, Africa, we gotta go because we have the officer here for a traffic talk. We can continue this afterwards. All right, so let's 8:33.
Yes.
Let's do this.
How are you doing?
From the South, 99.9 FM.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers.
Attention all drivers.
Yes, good
Traffic
morning. We're back with Traffic Talk. But before, during the break and while we were talking, I know we spoke about the National Heroes Park, and I know we talked about the FET being there. I know Sergeant Henry, she indicated to me that she was there as part of the parking. So Sergeant Henry, there are persons who did not attend, who would have raised concerns with the FET being at the park. Could you give us a overview of how things were aligned, in terms of the outline, the structure of the FET?
Well,
in terms of how was it done in a manner to ensure that the venue was in good repair after, good condition after.
From visiting there about, I think it was Thursday we went there, myself, the ACP and the superintendent. And what I saw is that they were barricading off the statue area. So from the statue area was barricaded, nobody was going beyond that.
Okay.
Everything was left in the other part of the field that's on the, so like the side that going to Cairn.
Okay.
So they had barricades from there go right round. Certain part, they had barricades where nobody should venture.
Okay.
So from my point of view, what I saw, that the statues were well kept.
Okay.
And the parking, it was well, everybody comply. You know, some people gonna go, but VIP were parked on the field and in the area just behind the museum. Then the general public will park wherever they can.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So traffic.
So let me ask one question. With these kinds of functions, I mean, this might not even be a police function, but what I was going to ask, is there a requirement for them to clean up the place after, and perhaps if there's any kind of damage that would not reflect well on how the venue was prior?
That's a good question, but I think you're asking the wrong person.
But that's what I figured, but I thought I'd ask.
Yes, but after anything, they usually clean up.
Okay.
But with any damage, I can't say who.
Okay.
Yes. As I said, I was there for the parking from traffic standpoint. Yes. So this morning I want to speak on parking and stopping.
Yes.
And parking means causing or permitting a vehicle, whether occupied or not, to remain on a road. So once you park, or some people like to say, oh, I am not parking, I'm in my vehicle still, or my engine is running. Where the vehicle is stationary there for a while, and nothing is happening, nobody is coming on, nobody is going off, you're not unloading or offloading anything, or you didn't get permission from a police to stop there, especially on a yellow line, it is parking. Whether the engine is running or not, especially some people like to come out and they go into a place and leave the engine running. It is still parking because the vehicle is not moving. And if you're gonna jump out your vehicle and leave the engine running, especially on a yellow line, that's 2 offenses you committed there. Quitting your vehicle with engine in motion and parking in a no parking area, or failing to comply with traffic sign. So when some person say, officer, I am not parked. Yes, but the vehicle is not moving and nothing is doing. You're not waiting for somebody's not getting onto the vehicle or getting off. You're not unloading anything, or you didn't ask permission to stay there. So those are offenses. And also, you might have a mechanical problem with your vehicle. Yes, your vehicle have a mechanical problem, so you pull up on the yellow line for whatever reason. But some persons like to say, oh, I have a problem with my vehicle, and nothing like that is true. Some people will open the bonnet or open the trunk and say, oh, something wrong. Because I know it has come to our attention where this person usually park on West Square Street and open the bonnet. So they tell this person, oh, when the police come, then they're going to say I have a problem, but nothing like that is true. So that's an offense also. And then when I say stopping, especially for the motor omnibuses, yes, there's a designated area where you have to put off your passenger. We have the bus terminal and we have the bus stops. These are designated areas for you to stop, not just stop here, there, and everywhere. That is also an offense, especially for the buses. So I just want to bring this morning to y'all attention, because some person like to say, oh, I'm not parked, but the vehicle is not moving. So it is parked. If the vehicle is moving, then it's not parked. But once the vehicle is stationary, it is parked. And that is from the Vehicles and Road Traffic Act. Parking means to remain, as I said, stationary for any period of time which is longer than is reasonably necessary for passengers to alight from or get onto a vehicle. So if no one is getting off or getting on and you're just there, especially if you're waiting for someone to come out of a store, it is parked. And remember, we know that school is on vacation. So I'm asking the motorists to look out for the children. And around this time, so we have Vacation Bible School. So children will be going to these schools. So look out for them. Remember, they are they are pedestrians. And especially, they are vulnerable. So look out for them. There's nothing much for me to say this morning. But if anybody want to call in with anything that I didn't speak of,
there's some
you
calls
can call
here.
in, and if I can answer, I will answer.
Caller,
if
go
I
ahead,
can't, then I'll get back to you on the other show.
Caller, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Just a question. So you're saying that if the vehicle is not in motion, you're basically parked, correct?
If it's not in motion,
Yes.
I don't understand that. Once you pull up, whether in motion or not, it is parked.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know
Especially,
if this
I'm
is a great...
speaking about on a yellow line, okay? In an area you're not supposed to park.
No, I'm not talking about yellow line or not. I'm just saying if I'm in my vehicle and the vehicle stops, it's not moving, regardless of where I am, is that considered to be parked?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, if I pull up at the light and take a call, the vehicle is not in motion, am I breaking the law before the vehicle is moving?
Well, you're not driving, so I wouldn't say that's an offense.
So up until the time that the vehicle is in motion again, I could take a call.
If you stop and the light is red and you stop, you take the call. But as long as the light turns green and you move off, then it's an offense. Because you stop, the vehicle stop. It is not, you're not driving.
Motion.
Right.
Right, because I know the law specific, I think it says in motion.
For you
Right?
to park?
I think that's what the law says. I think the law specifically uses the term in motion. I think if I'm not mistaken in some cases.
For which one you're speaking about? Parking?
No. I'm just the term in motion and what you guys consider to be parked.
Yes.
That's the two things. That's all. Because there was an incident at the time, but I'll leave it there for now. Okay? But have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
But what I'm speaking really on is if you park on a yellow line or you stop by a yellow line. You say if the light is red and your phone goes off and you take a call, you're not moving, yes, you can take the call, but as soon as the light turns green, you have to abort that call because you have to move on. Jam any more call?
Not at the moment, no.
So we're talking about
Parking and stopping.
Yes. Yes. So
We do have one now.
Okay, so we have a caller.
Traffic talk. Go right ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Jamster.
Hey.
And good morning, Inspector Henry.
Good morning, thank you.
Okay, and Azard.
Good morning.
Yeah, Inspector Henry, I hope that they're not giving you those things that you're saying to the public. That they've been saying all years when traffic police go on the program, Because it's years traffic police been going on the program and saying the same thing that you're saying today, warning people not to park here. If you park up and your vehicle not in motion, what and what. This ain't a time for that. This is time to tell you already, Don't play with us on the road. And what people does a lot of things over and over because they ain't getting no penalization for that. And the norm now in St. Kitts is hit and run, knock down and run. Because they know that a lot of them doing foolishness in the eyes of police, and police ain't doing them nothing. So they feel like it's okay for them to break the law and do them stupidness. I remember sometime last year I was going up Monkey Hill, and 3 cars going up. and the one in front was a police. And who you think overtake the cars and going? I fell up on the motorcycle, pop wheeling, and everybody wanted to say the police car ain't going after he go summons him. So the police ain't do nothing. So when they do them ignorance in the eyes of the police and they see police ain't do nothing, they feel like they could block all the them in the country. They feel so. But it's saying everybody patience is the same amount. Patience don't run out. Thank you very much.
Yes, Carly, thank you for that. Yeah, but as you say, it was said before, because we had a lot of traffic officers coming on to speak to these things. But traffic also educate drivers. So education is good. Yes, let us educate them. Because, go ahead.
Hi, caller, go right ahead. Traffic talk.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question pertaining to words that has two different meanings. I would like you to differentiate the difference between parking and waiting for me, please. Thank you.
Parking and waiting could be the same thing, because you could say you're waiting for someone and you could be parked. So to me, it is the same. You're waiting because nobody's here getting on, so it's still park. But if somebody is taking out something, then you're waiting for somebody to offload or unload. But if you're there and you say, oh, I'm waiting, nothing is doing, it is park. It is considered as park, so. So it's still the same thing as waiting and parking according to what you're doing at the time. I don't know if that answers your question. And as the caller called before, he said that, yes, we said this over and over, but the mission statement of the traffic department, the role of the traffic department is to improve road safety, educate drivers, so we educate them, and other road users on the principle and safety and the safe driving. So coming on here every day or every week and saying the same thing over, we're educating persons. But it's just that some persons do not take it in. But that is the role of the traffic department, to educate, especially the older ones and those who just getting their license. So we educate them, and then after education, then we have to enforce. So you educate and then you enforce the laws.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, it's all about parking, and I think this topic is one that persons would have so many points of view.
Different, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
What goes into putting down yellow lines? What is the reason for some of the yellow lines that have been instituted? Could you explain the reasoning to me?
Because I know for those by the traffic lights.
Well, those
you have to have a certain
those I understand.
feet from the traffic light.
Those I understand.
Certain places, like some streets, we have some streets that are smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having parking on both sides, you put parking on one side, so the traffic could flow freely. Certain areas, you cannot let the traffic park on both sides, especially if the roads are not wide enough. So that constitute yellow lines.
So why was this realization arrived at and acted on? You could say belatedly, because before a lot of these streets didn't have yellow lines. Used to have. What precipitated the change? Because it would have been crowded before.
Yes, but remember, there are more vehicles coming into the country. Before they had the yellow lines, it was a limited amount of vehicles. And now, if you have 4 persons in a house and everybody have a license, everybody want to have a vehicle. So it's more vehicles. So from study, you could tell, okay, this road, it's very small. If parking on both sides, it's going to be congested. And to eliminate that, then yellow line, just have one parking on one side, that the traffic could flow freely.
But what? Take for example, I noticed a good way up Victoria Road, maybe just past the Eddie House. Maybe there are yellow lines. Do you think it was absolutely necessary to put yellow lines? I mean, because that's a feeling. No.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
So it's just how you.
No, it's a fairly wide road, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, and I'm not the only one. I've had people say, well, some of these yellow lines don't make any sense. And someone even went as far as saying that if these yellow lines were challenged in court, they might be thrown out because apparently they're not actually on the books.
It's a marking. True? It's a marking.
Yeah, it's a marking, but
yes.
So they would stand up to
yes.
a court.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but just talk about Eddie's house. No, the parking is just 15 feet from the corner up Listen Jamster. And then when you go further up past what he name, I think Nigel go up. It's no yellow line there. And when you go
I know, which is why I know it was roughly.
By the girls' school, there's a yellow line there because that's the corner there.
Yeah, I
so it's not the whole line.
I absolutely understand the corners because I will say like easy one place that definitely. I don't even know if you all have yellow lines across there, but I feel, people probably not gonna like me for this, but that street across there by the boys' school going on by the church, Seaton Street. I feel like you can park on both sides. I feel like that street probably required one side parking more than some of the other places. Because you realize how hard it is to go to there, right?
Yeah, but I know, okay, if something is coming across from out on Wellington Victoria Road and then you'll have to stop. Yes, I can see that. So we can look at that and see. Because
I feel like the one side parking is more applicable across that street than it is on Victoria Road.
No, it's not one side parking on Victoria Road. No, you park on both sides.
I know, but what I'm saying, what I'm saying is across there by this church, by the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I don't think. Street, I feel like it should be one side because it's too narrow. I had to go through there one time. I was like, oh my God. I mean, is this what happens when people come to? I think one time during church in the morning. I was like, man, and then I had to go up Navy Street, and it was the same thing. It was like, it was just crazy.
Navy Street only on one side from the bottom part. Yes, the bottom part.
Yeah, but Seaton Street itself, you can park on both sides, and it's very difficult driving down there.
And there's where the small street came in when you got for your license. You remember the small street? Neverson Street? Yes.
Well, there's someone here. I know we're talking about those streets, but there's someone here who says, please ask the officer to give advice about courtesy on the road. So many drivers come up under the vehicle in front of them and angrily blow their horns despite the speed limit.
Yes, I know. I always speak about that. Person's supposed to give a car length between you and the other person. As I said, if you go right up on the person, then I have to stop for some mechanical problem, or because maybe sometimes a ball might come across when anytime you see a ball, a child is behind it, and you have to stop sudden. You right up behind me, then I stop. We have a fender bender because the space wasn't wide enough. So if you stay a car length and I have to stop sudden, you have enough time to brake.
Yeah.
People must be courteous when they're driving.
I always try
and you don't know why the person in front of you stop, and you're gonna keep blowing your horn. It have to be a reason why the person stop, especially if they didn't stop to talk to someone.
And it seemed to in this scenario that the person is driving at a certain speed. You come up right on them, and instead of maybe overtaking or whatever, you're just blowing, saying I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that has been that person's
Yes, and that could throw off the person's
Yeah,
concentration.
I agree.
Yeah.
Caller,
go
take this one. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning, my good friend Dato.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
The point where the officer was trying to make to you, Jamster, right there by Nigel, the one up by the girls' school, and the one below Eddie. What list drivers used to park right at the junction? So when you come down, you can't see over Victoria Road coming from Seaton Street. When you're coming out there by upper outside by Nigel. You cannot sit down the road because they come right on the end of the road and pass. So this is the problem these people got to summons these people for. And the question of the drivers them, the way how they behave, something wrong. Are you going to beef up that summonsing thing? Summons the people, carry them out of the court, let the government make money, the carding home them want things, the hospital them want things, summons them. Summons them, man. It's out the order. You know what I seen last weekend? A man in a car driving, and his foot outside the car and he driving. Coming across Liverpool Road, Sunday gone, about after 7. Horrible. This is where think it's coming to. How we gonna walk with ya? When your dirty works is not right, you bite off more than what you could chew. Tell me how you gonna walk with God. Element culture. Joseph Hill put us here. We can preach it. He gone, but we can preach it.
Thank you, Carlo. Yes, so you see, Jam, so why the yellow lines are there, and remember, you should not. One should not park within 15 feet from a corner. So that's why the yellow line is there. So it's not the whole of that side on the western side has yellow line. Think back, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and you was talking about the yellow line. A traffic sign means any object, device, marking, symbol, or sign, or lettering, whether fixed or portable. So a marking, a yellow line considered as a marking, right, and all that fall under the traffic sign. And you can find that in the Vehicles and Road Traffic Act on the traffic signs.
See, now someone is making a contention that if the yellow lines were challenged, that they wouldn't stand up in court. But you just cleared that up, so okay. We have a call. Go right ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to just follow up on what Jamsa was saying about Seaton Street.
Yes, sir.
I attend the Methodist Church, and several times we have had calls to call the ambulance, and they have had immense difficulty getting to the church along Seaton Street. There really needs to be some consideration for extending the yellow line, maybe on one side, maybe this side with the boys' school, but something needs to be done. It's really a problem getting into that street, especially the ambulance. And I don't say that emotionally. Get on to the EMF and ask them what their experience has been. Please, it really needs some attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlo.
I think that person actually made the point way better than I did, because I don't think you probably understand how difficult it is to get through there during church time or when they have any functions today. So, that's a very, 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 very good point.
Yes.
Because I was driving a vehicle that is not as wide as an ambulance, and I was having trouble. You know,
We're gonna look into that.
Yeah, for real. Because my reasoning is, you could put the yellow lines on streets that are wider, at least on one side.
Yeah.
Because the street is wider, so even if you can't park on one side, you can still have maybe a line of parking and still have two rows of traffic. I know we don't have a lot of those, but that street is definitely too narrow for to have parking on both sides. I mean, it just means that when people go to church, I guess more people are gonna have to park in the
They
gut.
park on Victoria Road.
Yeah, right, Victoria Road.
Because the Sunday time the traffic is not busy over there, so.
Yeah.
But some people like to park where they are going. They want to park right in the mouth of where they are going. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And that is our problem. Instead of we could park up here and then walk it, no. We don't want that. And especially persons who are parking on the side walls. You're negligently preventing the free flow of traffic because a pedestrian is fall on the traffic. And if you're going to park your vehicle on a side wall, you're forcing the pedestrian down in the street where the vehicles are supposed to be running. That's an offense.
But I could see where discretionary consideration could be given for that.
No.
Here's how I mean. If you park, okay, you're driving a high clearance vehicle like a SUV, and maybe you figure, okay, let me go up on the sidewalk and maybe make some more space. But at the same time, you leave enough space between the, let's say, the wall of the pavement, the wall, wherever, if there's a fence there, and the vehicle to allow people to pass. If you're parked right up against, that's a problem. But
sometimes people park on the sidewalk to prevent the yellow line that is down in the street. And you're preventing that, and you go up on the sidewalk, and you're forcing a pedestrian to walk in the road when the sidewalks were made for pedestrians to walk.
you're saying they're parked there even in spite of a yellow line?
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right.
So you're running from the yellow line down here, so you're going on the sidewall.
Okay, that's what you mean.
Yes, and you're forcing myself as a pedestrian down in the street, and then the traffic is flowing. It's an offense because you're negligent in preventing the free flow of traffic. Yes, it's not somebody on a wheel, but pedestrians fall on the traffic. They falls on the traffic, especially across by the Lazak Road. And especially when you go up there, you're breaking in those metal thing, that over the holes. Yes, and then you go up there and you park, then God forbid somebody walk and then they drop in. What do you think going to happen? They're going to sue the government. So let us stop park on sidewalls.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yes, let us stop park on the sidewalls.
I'm with
Because
you.
the sidewalls were made for pedestrians, not for vehicles.
Okay, and it would also be nice if the government could do their part with better urban planning, so that we don't have all these parking problems that we have. Because one of the things is that a lot of buildings that are going up don't need to be in the center of Bastia, because then you're just compounding the parking problem. So I'll give you the last word. You get the last word, not me.
As I said earlier, remember school is on vacation. Look out for these children. And we have Vacation Bible School, I think, start from today. So also look out for them while they are traversing in the street, going to and from these Vacation Bible School.
Also, vacation that starts today.
Some churches, I don't know, but some churches start.
All right, does
today.
Moravian do that still? That's the one I used to go to. You used to go to that too, right?
I used to go to Antioch.
Oh, Antioch. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, since someone was trying to get in, I'll let you take it before you leave. Go ahead, caller. You're the last caller. Please be brief.
Yeah. Jumpstop, parking and sidewalk also impact the visually impaired people. You understand what I'm saying?
Repeat.
Parking on the sidewalk.
Yes.
Usually hamper visually impaired people.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So it's a problem for them because then they got to step down into the street.
Yes.
And they're not expecting. They're not necessarily expecting. They're not necessarily expecting. That's a very, very good point.
Yes.
Okay.
Those things on the sidewalk. So you got to look out for those people too.
Okay.
Thank you, Carlo.
Okay,
You see,
have a good one.
You see, this is why it's good. This is why all perspectives are needed, because. And just me walking, there's so many things I think I may have mentioned some of it to you before, but just me walking down here every day, right, makes me realize that there are a lot of things that I wouldn't think about if I was driving. I mean, remember I told you about the lamppost stumps that were up there by the convent side. There were two of them, like broken off lampposts, and the stumps were there. And I'd be for months. I was like, but people can trip over these. Eventually they fix them, so that's good.
You see?
When
we walk, we see things.
Yeah.
Than when we are driving.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that was a very good point that person made. All those, I didn't even think of that.
That's why the sidewalk were made for persons to walk on.
So I see your point. The
street were made for vehicles to drive in. Yes.
So I definitely take that point about people, visually impaired people, because they're not expecting a SUV to be parked up on the side of this, up on the sidewalk. So I take the point. Okay, so that's it for another traffic talk, Sophie, and I hope you have a Hope you have a great week.
Thank you. Same to you.
Stress-free and and see you back here next week.
Yes.
Okay.
God spare life.
Okay, great. 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. AZ had to take off for court, so I'm on my own. So he's hoping you guys are gonna hang with me.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Hey there, summer lovers. Ready to make your summer unforgettable?
Oh, yeah.
Get down to Horsfort's building in Neva Center, something summer special, where the heat is on with a sizzling 25% off select items. Fire up the fun with top-notch barbecue grills, perfect for those backyard cookouts. Dive into savings on swimming goggles, coolers, and inflatable and mini pools. Keep your drinks icy and your days splashy. Relax in style with our comfy summer chairs or float away on our luxurious floating waterbeds. And don't miss out on our premium gas grills for the ultimate grilling experience. All this and so much more. Head to Horsfort's building in Neva Center, Something Summer Specials today, and catch these hot deals before they're gone. Something Summer Specials, your one-stop shop for summer fun. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Detengamos el abuso sexual infantil. La edad de consentimiento es de 16 años. Sin embargo, nuestros niños de 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 años se están convirtiendo en víctimas de abuso y explotación sexual, que se ve obligada a la actividad sexual antes de que tengan la edad suficiente para decidir. Esto causa daños mentales, emocionales y físicos a nuestros hijos. Padres, es su responsabilidad proteger y educar a sus hijos. Desarrolla una relación de confianza con tu hijo. Si confía en ti, te lo dirán. El abuso sexual infantil no puede ser nuestra norma. Debemos trabajar juntos para corregir esto. Ayúdanos a prevenir, ayúdanos a proteger, ayúdanos a procesar. Un mensaje del Departamento de Libertad Condicional y Servicios de Protección Infantil. Póngase en contacto con nosotros 467-1311 o 662-6833 para obtener más información.
Let's stop child sexual abuse. The age of consent is 16, yet our 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10-year-olds are becoming victims of sexual abuse and exploitation, which is being forced into sexual activity before they are old enough to decide. This causes mental, emotional, and physical harm to our children. Parents, it is your responsibility to protect and to educate your children. Develop a relationship of trust with your child. If they trust you, they will tell you. Child sexual abuse cannot be our norm. We must work together to correct this. Help us prevent, help us protect, help us prosecute. A message by the Department of Probation and Child Protection Services.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care of yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WINFM.
Well, we're back. It's 9:13. I should say I'm back because I'm all alone on Identity. I've got a call. Let's take this call. Call, go right ahead, Identity.
Good morning, James.
Oh, hey, good morning. AZ had to leave for court, and
business blooming, man.
Kortensia is off. So
business blooming, AG.
So what's on your mind?
The ad you just played and with the child sexual abuse.
Yeah.
You know, school is out, and we have our children at home. Send them to camp in Bible school, and the predators are hunting. The children have less supervision, so I therefore give them more access. And I don't know what other men think they're doing. You're destroying the young people's lives. It's a mental effect you have on the child, you know. And in case you don't know, the Bible says, better you never born, you know. Jesus said, those who abuse children, whether physically, emotionally, or sexually, he said, if your friend, one of the little ones, your friend me, and he said, all you deserve is to have around your neck, ask you in the midst of the sea, or better you never born. So it ain't a joke. They entice them, you know, you want your mother in there, you want me to give this, you want me to give that, and abuse them, and then they turn around and call the female names. It happens in the homes, it happens in the school, it happens on the job. So I am appealing to the males and the female and the homosexuals of all kinds. Leave our children and young people alone. Don't say, oh, well, they leave high school now, so they're ready. Ready for what? Do you have a future for them? I mean, it bothers me, you know.
People actually say that?
Yeah. You know, the law says 16, done 16.
Wow.
But she doesn't, you don't think she has a future for herself?
Absolutely.
And then we call them prostitutes, and we talk about this. You're putting them in there, whether male or female, and all these pimps. State is full of pimps, living off of the sexual activity of women. And you see them and they feel proud. That's enough of that. Now let me get to Trump. And to when we wind up and stir up our followers, especially those who have no reason to live for themselves, this is what happens. And, you know, I was saying by look stage, you know, why I said so. You just got a bullet past your ear, and you're going to get up with your hand up in the air, and people down there, one dead and some injured, and that does not become the focus.
Yeah, I keep saying that guy is irreparably damaged as a human being.
Well, there's still
He's
open
he's barely a human being as far as I'm concerned.
Imagine something like that. And look who put on and his Trump is strong
And you know he's already capitalizing on it. I heard that there's plans for T-shirts and stuff. What kind of
I tell you, politicians are sick. Even in the Caribbean, they do it. And wind up the people, and the people have nothing to gain.
But I just wonder. So, what do you think about the rumors that it's an inside job that Trump may have orchestrated?
I don't know, darling. I don't know. You can't.
I don't know.
Politicians, do you mean?
I don't know either.
Only God knows the depths at which they will go. I won't be surprised because look at it. You get up. You ain't try get out of India. And this Secret Service try, and they we want to try the party, you know, talking about trying the CIA. You know, he has so much on the plate already. I wouldn't be surprised, you know? I would not be surprised at this stage. But then the people get injured and have to go and have GoFundMe page. GoFundMe where? The Conservative Party supposed to fund, if you know.
What I heard, so. Yeah, I did hear that was happening, but I'm pretty sure those people won't see a dime. The families of the fireman that got shot, and the other two people that were hurt, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna see any money. This guy.
They got GoFundMe page. You mean GoFundMe? The only place to fund me is the Conservative Party. I mean, but then Biden got to look out too, because you have the party faithfuls, when they try to kill Trump, so they're going to try to kill Biden. You see, America is so far gone. America is so far, and they're trying to push the ideologies on us. You know, they're the most corrupt place on earth, you know. Now we got Swami on the radio, Swami, you know, and we have the Caribbean Connect Alliance, a homosexual, proudly announcing the activities on our radio station. And then we wonder why our children so. And strip club advertising.
Wait, are you serious?
You don't hear that, I said?
No,
you won't get help with the obio and anybody trouble you, and it advertises Swami somebody over Friggy Bay. Mine not sending none of you, you know, because some of you ain't got no guns, I suppose you have to go.
Wow.
You know, when Miss Molly, boy, this person that do obio, the man offering the whole sweet, some swap.
Are you serious? Were you talking about? You're talking about activities for homosexuals being spoken about?
The alliance thing, yeah. They talk about what is called it?
Wow.
Human rights thing and how they to the society. Let me tell them how they contribute. Apart from the sexuality part, you all are keeping on the boat with. You all are the cause of the Social Security cannot get enough money. One or two does get a child, you know. The more we have, the less contribution we get. You understand? They don't see it so. And they're the ones who are going to collect the benefits. We need more children. Somebody was telling me that a lady from the Social Security went to give a talk in one of our prominent banks. And she was saying, look, you all need to get children, you know, referring to the employees. So the person said, we won't let this sons come back. We don't want them back in here. You see, the people want to have you working from 9 in the morning till 9 in the night. They go for the central bank. Some of the places have such rigorous work schedule that the workers can't get to have any kind of family life. I know they don't know provide some kind of a babysitting. What is that? So when we're talking about Social Security, start with some of these firms in the offices, the institutions around here, even the government service. They want you work from 8 in the morning till 9 in the night. And they want to tell you how many you could get. And then they turn around and complain that Social Security is suffering. Who make it suffering? Go down Social Security. How many of those women have at least 2 children? They got to work Saturday, sometimes Sunday, working all week. So I'm telling the homosexual, if you could stay homosexual, please, each one of you get at least 3 children, yeah? Add to the Social Security. You're not helping.
Okay.
The committee all week we contribute to. You contribute maybe economically, but in the long run, and morally you're not doing it. I don't care who begs. I'm not against. I have friends who are homosexual. I feel sorry for them. Why I say so? There are studies that show that the rate of depression and suicidal ideation, I wish if you want to call it, is highest among them. And we talk about domestic abuse, it is highest among them. Especially the older ones, they prey on the younger ones. So I am talking to all these abusers, but our main anti-man, you're an anti-man, but you're a rapist. You're sexually molesting people, children. You're damaging them. And then you turn around and expect. So I'm warning all male, because women are prey and boys too. All of you predators, remember Jesus said, better when he finished with you, unless you repent, better your mother never get you, or tie to blocks on your neck and jump out the pier. You take it seriously, without laugh. Oh. It's ain't a laughing matter for me. I have all granddaughters. You hear me? I'm all. So I'm warning all the people, children. Planning for your own children, planning for your siblings. You better go down by the ferry terminal, look at the water. See your future in it. All right then.
Okay, Miss Henry. Let's take another call. Island here on the air. Okay, that person, I lost that one. It's 9:24. So I'm all alone, but not really alone because we have 2 phone numbers, 466-0989 and 662-0989, and we have a caller. Caller, go right ahead.
Good morning, Johnson.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, good. Everybody seems to be thinking that the answer to, or one of the answers to the Social Security dilemma that we have is a larger population, or a larger younger population, and so people should be getting more children. But there's another aspect to it which we seem to forget. Social Security is just one of the ways you put away for later years. Okay, it's forced savings essentially, but you forget that they forget, I think, that there are lots of people who actually do save for their later years, and not only that, they acquire property. Some people might have 2 and 3 pensions, depending on, a lot of our people migrated, for instance, initially. And so they may be part of pension schemes from overseas, those kinds of things, all right? Companies have their own pension plans and those sorts of things. And so it's not just a matter of getting younger people to pay for the older people. That's I think is more of a safety net, just in case, last resort kind of thing, right? I would expect that most people would at least be thinking of what happens when they can't work anymore and have something in place for that, right? I don't know the stats, but I think it's a significant number of people who are in that position And so when we talk about, yes, we have to talk about increasing the age that you get pension or increasing the percentage of your income that you put away, that Social Security collects. Sure, all of those are methods as well, but it should also take cognizance of the fact that there are other things that help towards making sure that in the latter years people are taken care of. Okay, and I don't think we look at that aspect of things.
We certainly don't.
With regards Trump, I don't think it was staged. Okay, I mean, to stage something like that requires that the shooter, be extremely accurate. I mean, he had to have been really well trained, well coached to just graze his ear. You know, and I understand why some people might feel he's staged. How did he get in place in the first place? And why, even after people were pointing out, people in the audience were pointing out that this guy is crawling up on the roof.
They did nothing.
He wasn't taken
yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that certainly is requires some kind of mandate, some kind of investigation. But I don't think it was staged. But what I think happened is that Trump seized on the opportunity to make a point to because regardless of whether it was staged or not, like I said, I don't think it was, but the outcome is the same in the sense that he probably will get a sympathy vote. It has happened in the past where somebody who survived an assassination attempt, automatically gets is seen, strangely enough, as some kind of brave person and get a sympathy vote. So the outcome might be the same in terms of that. What's going to be important to look at is the tone at the convention today, whether he's as defiant as ever or he takes a more conciliatory line, like what Biden did, for instance. Okay?
Yeah.
It's going to be, but you can bet your life he's going to milk this to death, right? And use it to his advantage, right? I think that part of it goes without question, right? I hope that it does lead to some kind of reassessment of American politics, though, because it has become very divisive and very poisonous, very, very toxic. And the battle lines are essentially drawn. There's a lot at stake, especially with a Supreme Court that is very activist. And so you can bet your life that everybody, both Democrats and Republicans, are going to be fighting tooth and nail to win this election. And unfortunately, as is the case in so many other elections, we have this dilemma where we have to choose between bad candidates. And they are both bad candidates in terms of whether or not they should be leading a country like the United States at this time. But that is what they gave us. Sometimes you wonder the build-up towards the choice of these candidates. You always wonder about that. How come politics attract people like that? Why is it politics these days attract people like that? It's no longer grassroots people who came from the grassroots who really want to make a difference in people's lives. It's usually some kind of elite faction, and they somehow bubble to the top. Okay, and when we get the mess ups and the foul ups and the bad results and the kind of the nepotism and the cronyism and the greed and so on, corruption that you get, we're surprised. right? We're surprised at that.
Okay.
You know?
I have to leave it here for now. We have
then.
the Tourism Authority coming up
Right.
next. It's all about Restaurant Week, so you need to start thinking about spending some money on some good food. And take your mind and take
one after the next one.
Yeah, and take your mind off of all this tawdry stuff, you know.
Yeah. At least for a day.
At least for a day, yeah. Okay. All right.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
.934, like someone said, they're coming thick and fast. We had St. Kitts Music Festival, then we had Mango Festival, we had Grill Fest. Well, guess what? It's St. Kitts Restaurant Week is on deck. I got Daniel Weeks and Janisha Hanley from the HTA to tell us all about the 2024 edition of Restaurant Week. Am I wrong?
St. Kitts Tourism Authority.
What did I say?
HTA.
Oh, yeah. St. Kitts Tourism Authority. I don't know why I always do that. Yes. Yes. St. Kitts Tourism Authority. Sorry. I stand corrected. Okay, ladies. Talk to us about Restaurant Week. So it's fast approaching. So tell us when it actually begins.
So the good news is that the St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week is already happening. It kicked off on July 11th and it runs all the way up until July 21st. So if you're in St. Kitts, Nevis, this is the perfect opportunity for you to get a taste of what the restaurants are offering for this restaurant week.
So what's the special ingredient this year?
The special ingredient this year is the papaya.
The papaya?
Yes.
Okay. That sounds interesting. So it runs from July 11th to July 21st. Okay. So as part of restaurant, we get a lot of people usually look forward to the tasting showcases. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So the tasting showcase actually happened yesterday, Sunday, July 14th. And it was indeed a sold-out event. The patrons were excited. They were happy. They got to sample the different dishes inspired by the papaya. And it was really impactful.
Where was this?
This was at the Eco Park.
Oh, okay. So, down west.
Yes. So just to add to what Janisha is saying, so yesterday at the tasting showcase, the chefs really, really went all the way out. They had entrees, desserts, popsicles, there were vegan options. So guests that came to patronize the event definitely got a treat at the tasting showcase at the Eco Park yesterday.
Okay, so tell us more about some of the other events, because obviously it's nowhere near the 21st yet. So
yes, because I think today is what, the 15th?
The 15th, right?
Yes, so we do still have some more activities on the calendar. So I know you've already missed the Cook, Sip and Glamp and the tasting showcase that happened yesterday. But for this week, we have the Flavors of Papaya by Carambola Beach Club. They actually had it last Thursday, which was the 11th, and they're having it again this Thursday. It was well attended. The food was awesome. So I'm sure persons are going to go out to that event again this week. It's EC $125, and you get to sample everything that is on their menu. There's also Nevis Taste the Tradition at Rodney's Cuisine on July 17th. So as you know, Restaurant Week is just not a St. Kitts thing, but it's a St. Kitts and Nevis thing. So we have activities on both islands. There's also the all-white moonlight promenade at Sunshine's Bar and Grill on July 20th. That's also the same day as our Grill Fest event, which will be held at Frigate Bellon on Saturday, July 20th. And then the event or Restaurant Week will close down on the 21st with the Taste of Twilight, which is another exciting event to look forward to. It's new and it will be on July 21st. And this event is a great way to wrap up the week with a beautiful evening filled with food and ambience.
And also it doesn't say where that is going to be. Where's the...
Oh, it's going to be held at the Eco Park.
At the Eco Park as well?
Yes,
okay.
We're going to have a...
July 21st.
Yes, we're going to have a international chef that's flying in, and she'll be a part of the event as she'll be preparing the main course for that event alongside with some local chefs as well.
Okay, it's 9:30. If you're just joining us, Island Tea, we've got Daniel Weeks. She's a marketing officer at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, and Janisha Hanley. She's a product development officer also at the SKTA. And we're just going to Restaurant Week, St. Kitts Restaurant Week. So, Grill Fest, one of your signature events. This will be the second year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Grill Fest started last year. And because it was a pilot event, we didn't anticipate the crowd. So we had an amazing turnout last year. So this year we are definitely more prepared for the second annual Grill Fest. As I mentioned, it's going to be Saturday, July 20th. At the Frigate Bellon. We're going to start from 1.
So that's this week, right?
Yes, Saturday coming. And it's a grilling competition for those of you who don't know. So this year we have chicken, fish, lobster, and pork. Those are the 4 categories that the grillers will be participating in. So as a part of Grill Fest, we had a sign up, grillers entered. So they're going to come over there with their grills set up. We're going to make sure that they look uniform in their shirts. They're going to have their aprons and they're going to be grilling. And at the end, they'll present their foods to the judges, and then the judge will select the winner.
I know I asked this last year, but why no beef? I don't know. Okay, I just don't understand it. I mean,
you see, I guess we're sticking to the traditional, because really and truly, if you go around the island on a Friday and you look at the grillers, you won't really see beef because it's not really our thing. You'll get the grilled pork, the grilled chicken, the grilled fish, the grilled lobster. You'll probably even get grilled rabbit before you see grilled beef. So but that's something that we could probably consider for the future.
Or steaks. I mean, you don't say grilled beef, you say steak, like a steak or whatever. But yeah, I asked it last year, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, we're trying to stick to the traditional, but I'm sure that's something that could happen in the future for sure.
Okay.
Also at Grill Fest, it's not only a grilling competition, but we're also going to have live entertainment. We'll have a kids zone area because, in St. Kitts, when we go places, we like to walk with our children. So we're going to have an area designated just for children with the bouncing castles, the face painting, the popcorn, the hot dogs. So they'll be well entertained while the parents get a chance to browse the area.
And I see you're having a mixology competition as well.
Yes, definitely. So last year we did have a mixology competition, and that was a hit. So we're definitely bringing it back. So we're going to look for 4 persons to come and make a drink. Papaya will be the main ingredient. We will provide all the ingredients. They'll go to the stage, prepare the drink, and the winner will get a prize. And that also happened last year as well.
Okay.
So this year, we are also going to have a raffle. We didn't have one last year, but we're going to have one this year, and we have some exciting prizes that we're going to give away. So we're going to be giving away a grill and food hamper, which is worth $2,000, sponsored by Rams. And we're also going to give away 2 round-trip JetBlue tickets. And the raffle is only $20. It's very, very cheap. So you don't need to buy 1 ticket. You can buy 5 tickets. Because the more chances you have, the more chances you have to win.
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We already have the raffle box at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. So persons don't have to wait for the event to enter the raffle. You can actually go to our office, purchase a $20 ticket, and enter into the raffle. And for those of you...
$20 or more.
Yes. Yes, $20 or more, because you can buy as much tickets as you like. And if you don't get a chance to come to our office, we'll also be having the raffle at the Grill Fest event. The only catch is, though, you need to be at the event in order to win. So when your number or name call, you need to be there to accept your prize.
Okay, so folks, we're talking about Grill Fest. That's this coming Saturday as part of Restaurant Week. Don't forget it wraps up on Sunday, July 21st. So keep your ears open. We have more to talk about. Okay, so it says here, so you can purchase your tickets for $20 at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Also at the event on Saturday.
At the event.
Yes.
Okay.
So walk with your extra money just for the raffle.
So when is the draw gonna be?
So the draw is going to be at the event.
Oh, is it going to be at the event? Okay.
Yes. So as I mentioned, you have to be there in order to claim your prize. And we're also going to have some local food vendors. So we're going to have the goat water and the cook-up and the black pudding. We'll also have some ital for the vegan. So we're going to have something for everybody. We're going to have bars and... it's going to be a fantastic event. We're going to have people there selling ice cream and freco because, it gets really hot, So we're going to have something for everybody at Grill Fest. So make sure when you come, you walk with your pocket money. It's a free event. You don't have to pay to come in. You just need to pay for what you want while at the event.
Okay, so, folks, it's all about 2024 St. Kitts Restaurant Week, and it got started on July 11th, and it wraps up on July 21st. So you're saying basically people can buy tickets for this raffle. They basically have the rest of the week, and then the big drawing is going to happen on Saturday.
But for the other events, you can head over to the Restaurant Week social media page and follow the Easy Pay link to grab your tickets for other events. So as I mentioned, we're going to have events like the All-White Moonlight Promenade, the Taste of Twilight. You can go on the Restaurant Week page and actually purchase the tickets for the events there. The tickets for the Taste of Twilight are going fast. Last week, with the tasting showcase, it was completely sold out. People were calling, requesting tickets, and we didn't have any tickets. So we don't want that to happen to you this week. So please go over to the Restaurant Week social media page and get your ticket for the Taste of Twilight.
Could you give the listeners your social media handle so that they can, the St. Kitts Tourism Authority social media Restaurant Week? I get the impression you guys set one up for Restaurant Week and so on.
Well, for Restaurant Week, you could just go to Facebook and type in St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week and it would pop up.
Okay.
But they also have the hashtag Restaurant Week as well for the Restaurant Week events. So
you guys have an Instagram account? No?
For Restaurant Week, I'm not sure if they have an Instagram page, but I know they have one on Facebook for sure.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, but just to wrap up for Restaurant Week, so one of the main objectives for Restaurant Week is to create, it's an economic driver during the summer months. As you know, during summer, it's very slow for the tourism industry. So we created Restaurant Weeks so that local persons can go out to the different restaurants and patronize them during this slow time. So as a part of Restaurant Week this year, we have participating restaurants. So as Janisha mentioned, papaya is the main ingredient. So what we do, we encourage the restaurants to create most of their dishes around papaya, which is the main ingredient. And they have different tiers. So you can go to some restaurants and pay $20 for a meal, and this includes the smaller ones like the Cold Pot, Yummies, Ital Creation, Level Up Sports Bar, Nats Restaurant, Rodney Cuisine, Chill Beach Bar. And then there's also the $40 category, so you'll find places like Jam Rock, Rock Lobster, Heritage Inn in Nevis, Serendipity, Yachtsman's Grill, Point Sienna Restaurant, Mount Nevis Hotel Restaurant, Marshall's. And in the $60 category, the Marriott Steakhouse, Carambola Beach Bar, the Four-Way, Spice Mill Restaurant, Park Hyatt Restaurants, Yachtsman's Grill, Palms Court Gardens, just to name a few. And they also have a sweet corner from Sweet Divine and La Pala. So for persons who have a sweet tooth and you're more into the dessert, you can patronize these two places as well. So we just want to create, some promotion for the different restaurants. So we want to encourage everybody to take the opportunity to go out to the restaurants this week and patronize it. The cost is very reasonable, and for most of these restaurants, you get a 3-course meal for the price. So it's very, very reasonable.
Sounds good. So that's Daniel and Janisha from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. Let's run through the events again, because it's just a few days into Restaurant Week. Today is July 15th. So Flavors of Papaya, that's at the Carambola Beach Club. So you say you're going to be doing this again on Thursday, a repeat of last week, right?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. So just to name a few. So it's the Flavors of Papaya by Carambola. That is going to be on the 18th, which is Thursday coming. They're going to feature great food and party vibes. So they're also going to have DJ Smudge. So they're going to have live entertainment there. Nevis Taste the Tradition at Rodney's Cuisine in Nevis. All White Moonlight Promenade at Sunshine Beach Bar and Grill. And that is on the 20th. And
Oh, no, it says, no. You said Rodney's Cuisine. That's on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's
right?
on the
Yeah.
17th.
Yes,
okay.
and the event at Sunshine is on
Yeah,
the 20th, which is the same day as our Grill Fest event. And then we have the Taste of Twilight on Sunday to wrap up Restaurant Week.
And that's at
Eco Park.
the Eco Park.
Yeah, but I just want persons to remember that even though they're having these different activities, all of the restaurants are going to be open during this time, and they're going to be featuring their main menu or their Restaurant Week menu. So persons can take the opportunity to go on out. So if you don't want to go to Carambola, you can go to Point Sienna or Serendipity. Whichever menu appeals to you, you can go to that restaurant. And you can also choose a different restaurant every night, because all the menus look really, really good, and they're really, really affordable.
Okay. And of course, there's the raffle, which comes to a head on Saturday.
Yes.
So
Imagine getting a JetBlue ticket for $20. Where can you get that, And for two, not for one, but for two.
For two.
So as I mentioned, we have the raffle box at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority at our front desk. So you can go there every day and buy a ticket every day, or you can buy two
you
per
would
day.
love that, wouldn't
Yes,
you?
because you have to be in it to win it. You have to be in it to win it, So if you have 10 tickets in, you have a better chance of winning than Janisha, who only has 1 ticket in. Sorry,
Correct.
Janisha can't enter, but I'm just saying, So, take the opportunity, spend $20 and get a chance to win a food hamper and a grill, or 2 round-trip JetBlue tickets. And you can use these tickets to fly anywhere that JetBlue flies to.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Okay, so that's two beautiful ladies from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, Daniel Weeks and Janisha Hanley. So wish you guys luck with your restaurant week, with
Yes.
the 2024 edition.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so please come out for Restaurant Week. The chefs are being very, very creative this year, so definitely take the opportunity. I know some of you might say, you don't like papaya, but trust me, the way they've used the papaya is amazing. Like, you can't believe you're eating papaya. So please go out and patronize the restaurant. And don't forget Grill Fest on Saturday. It's going to be bigger and better. And we have the raffle. We just want to push that. We have the raffle.
Okay, ladies. Okay, so that's it for the Restaurant Week segment. I want to say thank you to Daniel and Janisha from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. So, folks, go on out and get enjoy some great summer food for Restaurant Week 2024.
Thank you.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Feel the magic happening. Campari. Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Well, I got 9 minutes left until 10 o'clock. Island T. I'm here by my lonesome, but not really, because I'm going to take this call. Call go right ahead, Island T. Hello?
Sir, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning to you. Greetings in Jesus' name once again.
Okay.
The only Savior of His elect chosen sinners. Now, first of all, did you all get any information concerning the issue that I brought up sometime where I read on Everton Obi Powell Facebook site that the driver for the post office had got arrested for mishandling mail?
Well, I'm going to have to talk to them in the newsroom. I don't know if it was something that came to their attention. What was it, Friday you told us, or was it Thursday?
It was on. I don't remember the day. I don't think it was Friday. Probably might have been Thursday.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, yeah, that'd be good to get some information on. I haven't seen anything on your website concerning it. Number two, concerning the Trump issue, Jamster. Number one, the gentleman who they say shot it, he did not vote in the last election. And as you have mentioned, as someone had mentioned, he did donate to Democrats. That's number one. Number two, I can't see how it is staged, because you're going to stage something for a bullet to head to even whistle past your ear. We're going to stage such a thing. And not only that, the bullet only grazed his ear because he moved his head in time to look at something else. Otherwise, if he didn't move his head, he would have got it in his head. Nobody going to stage that. We're going to take that kind of risk. I would like to ask Manners, what unique, so great wickedness that Trump has done black people that really stands out above all others, including Biden and all others. You know, it was, as I said, talk is cheap, but whiskey costs money. But I prefer to say gold costs money because gold is more expensive than whiskey. Another thing, I believe this was, okay, first of all, before I say what I'm going to say, it is my understanding that the Secret Service, they recommended of Biden for extra resources, and the Biden administration refused to give them extra resources to the Secret Service as they requested. No, that ain't sound like no kind of setup to me. But I do believe that this Secret Service was very slack and very suspicious on that day. Because people showed them the man walked up.
Well, that's the part I don't understand, because why would you not? And then I don't know if you heard the story about this, the officer that went up to the roof, and when the guy pointed the gun at him and he ran away.
Yes, he did.
This is insane to me.
Very insane. And as soon as the officer came down because the guy point the gun at him.
Yeah.
After that, not long after he took his shot.
This is insane. But I saw people were telling them there's a guy up on the roof and and apparently the cops weren't doing anything about it, which I find very strange. Yes.
Very, very strange.
But then I also saw something. Sometimes you get a lot of stuff in the comments. Of course, you have to pick sense from nonsense. But I did see a comment where someone said that Jill Biden was in Pittsburgh at the time, and that the team that was assigned to Trump was, they had to make some, they had to pull some people away, and the team might not have been as sharp as the team that would have been with Jill Biden. So I don't know if that had, because there's a lot of incompetences I saw that I just couldn't understand. Like, for example,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I mean, like, for example, when he got shot, and they were trying to make this circle around him, and then he's forcing his way up. There was a, and I was watching it. There was a bit where his whole chest was exposed. Now, why would you assume that because the guy had already been shot that there was not another shooter? That's one of the things I couldn't understand. And
yeah, go ahead.
and
I'm listening, Johnson.
and he put his hand up. They allowed him to put his hand up and have his head out. This is bananas to me.
True that. It's quite right. Because you're supposed to be over him like flour. What also, what a lot of people did not realize, and that's why I say the secret service is very suspicious, is because actually, you had at least 2 secret service personnel on another roof, looking at the fella. At least looking in his direction with binoculars.
They saw him.
And the wait until he let go his shot to shoot him.
Yeah, this is crazy to me. So what do you think is going on?
Yeah.
So you just think it's just monumental incompetence, or?
Things ain't not them. I want to say what I believe it's more than incompetence. I believe it's more evil than incompetence. Because you're looking at the fellow even with binoculars, and you wait to shoot him after he done let go his shot. No, something ain't adding up, Trevor.
Yeah, something. A lot of it.
Very
A lot.
suspicious.
Yeah.
Anyhow, take care, Trevor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just looking at something here. We got 2 minutes to go. This is from the Philadelphia Inquirer. They're saying that confirms that Trump's shooter was a conservative Republican. Former classmates recalled him being staunchly to the right of the political spectrum. He definitely was conservative. The majority of the class were on the liberal side, but Tom, no matter what, always stood his ground on the conservative side, a former classmate said. Okay. Well, whatever. Boy, this is crazy. And the other thing I thought was odd was they had all these women as part of the the Secret Service detail. That I found curious, because if you're going to be using a woman as a shield, and the person you're covering is much bigger than the woman, it makes no sense to me. There were 2 women as part of the Secret Service detail, from what I saw. Okay, we got about. I'm gotta shut it down now. If someone brings a call now, maybe I'll take the call. Okay, so that's probably gonna do it for. Okay, let me take this call. This is the last call, folks. Caller, go right ahead.
Jumpster.
Hey.
I would like to remind you that there was a movie that came out just recently called Civil War in America. You're aware of that movie?
Yeah, I saw it mentioned somewhere.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That fellow was 20 years old. Very easy to influence. I believe that movie would have had some play on him doing such a thing. I don't know what he was really trying to cause, but I don't think it was played out. But it almost resembled the same way 911 happened, where there was so much clues, so much ideas, given that they should have been on top of this. Same thing. When you see these kind of things happen, they are planned beyond human recognition. That's the least I could say to you. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's gonna do it for Island Tea. So tomorrow we're gonna have, of course, AZ is gonna join us tomorrow, and of course, Carrie will be joining us tomorrow as well. She couldn't make it today, so I'm gonna tender my apologies for her, for all the fans. Okay, so that's gonna do it for today's edition of Island Tea. We'll be back tomorrow. I should be here for Voices, and hopefully Socrates will be joining us.